right, and we are back with another episode, and joining me today, Melissa Livingstone. How's it going?
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I told you it was going to happen.
I know. I wasn't ready, but I heard it.
Listen, for those who are wondering what we're talking about, I always talk about how when I start these, I have this like the same voice all the time, the same tone, I guess I should say.
It's your introductory tone.
It is. It's all right. Welcome back. Anyways, Melissa, welcome.
Thank you.
For starters, tell us about yourself and where you come from.
Okay, so there's so much to tell, but okay, I'll start where I'm from. So I'm from Ucluelet, which is on Vancouver Island. It's a little fishing town right beside Tofino. If people don't know where Ucluelet is, we call it Yuki because we're locals. But anyway, so I moved to the Okanagan, Kelowna, when I was 17 years old. I've always been a music freak since I was a kid. My mom put me in piano lessons and singing lessons. And I always knew since the age of 4 that I was going to be a country singer.
Wow.
And I know, I think I actually said to my family one time when I was performing for them, I'm like, I'm going to be a singer and I'm going to be famous. And that was me at 4 years old. So that's been my life. And since I lived in the Okanagan, I have recorded a schwack load. I've written a ton and I've traveled here and there, but I feel like in the last, I'd say like 5 to 6 years, I've really come to know who I am as an artist and what I want to achieve. And yeah, I'm kind of a free spirit, but I'm figuring it out.
Awesome. And so were your parents ever involved in music at all, or is just...
So my mom actually was my first piano teacher. So she was very, very musically inclined. She did a lot of music growing up as well. And she taught me a lot. And I'll always be grateful for her. My 2 sisters, I have 2 older sisters. They kind of did a little music, a little bit growing up, a little bit of guitar and violin. They no longer do it, which is fine. They have moved on to other things, but that is what I do now. So yeah, I kind of learned everything from them and from my mom.
Nice. And let's talk about you're moving soon.
Oh, yes, I am.
Can we talk about it? I don't know.
Yeah, we can. Oh, yes, I'm posting it all over my social media. So yes, I'm moving to Nashville this weekend. Yeah, I can't even imagine that it's literally coming up so soon. It's in 5 days.
That's insane. So when this is out, you're going to already be there.
I'll be there, which is insane. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm so excited.
I've never been.
You need to come visit.
I know. This is what everyone keeps telling me.
You will have the best time of your life in Nashville, like 100%. I know I do. And I feel like because you are very connected to the music scene and you love it, like you would love Nashville.
Oh,
so please come visit.
I will. It's okay. It's on the list.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
After Disneyland. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you go to Disney World, they're only like 8 hours away, maybe more.
That's true. You could probably.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah. And the flights are super cheap from Nashville to anywhere in Florida.
It's not a bad idea.
It's a great idea. I'm full of them. Yeah.
So tell me, why Nashville?
Okay, so we'll start from the beginning. In 2017, I took my very first trip to Nashville. I'd never been before. It's been on my bucket list for years. And I went with a couple of my friends, did some songwriting, mostly did the touristy stuff because obviously it was my first time. So I wanted to see everything. I went to the museum, went to the Grand Ole Opry. I did all the stuff downtown on Broadway and it was magical. Like honestly, changed my life. And I came back to Canada and I was like, I kind of want to live in Nashville. Like this is a place that I can see myself living. Fast forward to 2018. And I think I made one more trip down for another songwriting trip. This one was more business, even though it's still fun. And again, I was like, yeah, like I really love it here. And I think that I want to live here. And then 2019 came and I went twice. And this was the year that I was like, I want to move to Nashville. So I went, I think in the spring and in the fall, and both times were like songwriting trips. And then I was like, hey, I'm in 2020. I'm going to apply for my visa and I'm going to move to Nashville. And then obviously COVID hit and things kind of just like changed mentally. I went to like a really bad place mentally for a lot of the year. And I didn't write one song, I don't think, for 9 months.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it was not a good year for me at all. And things got put on the back burner. Like I was supposed to be playing a bunch of festivals that year and like had a big opportunities that were missed, obviously. So just not a great year for me. And I kind of just like didn't put any effort into going to Nashville. And so 2021 came around, and this is crazy, 2017 to 2021. And I spent a month there. So I was there from September to October and completely changed my life. Like completely changed my life. I have never been so happy. I was surrounded by amazing, talented people. Every single day I was writing so much. I got to experience Nashville for a longer period of time. And I met people that could get me the connections that I needed to get my visa. And so I came back and I worked on getting my visa for probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sent it in, and I got approved within 3 weeks, which was nuts. I was not expecting to get approved so fast. So I have a performing visa. So that's how I would be making my income. It's only a year long, but I do plan on extending it as long as everything goes well. But yeah, it's crazy how fast everything's been, like September to October. Then I came home since October till now, and just like getting everything ready, plus my release, and plus like doing so much writing. So it's all very exciting.
That's crazy. I'm shocked how fast that took to get
Me
it all
too.
done.
I was, because it says up to 3 months that they can let you know. And so I was not expecting to hear back within 3 weeks. I was expecting it to be 2 months. If I had known that it was going to be 3 weeks, I would have put my visa earlier, like started in January rather than now. But it is what it is, because you don't know what's going to happen.
So you going through the tough time there, that trip to Nashville, is that kind of what brought you back, or what brought you back to music?
So I wouldn't say like I lost hope in music. I just think that like my anxiety got really, really bad. And so I think my confidence in myself went down a lot. And I didn't think that I was a good songwriter. I didn't think that I was a good performer, like all of these things. And so I think at the end of 2020, I took 10 days off my day job, and I was like, I just want to co-write with people for the next 10 days. And so it was all over Zoom, and I co-wrote with some of my friends, people that I didn't really know. And it was really, really a huge transition for me, because I was like, this is what I love, and this is why I love it. And it just made me feel like I was the person that I had originally been before 2020. And I came out with 2 songs that are being released this year. So 2 of the songs really stuck out to me. And it just like gave me the hope that I wanted. / 2021, I did do a lot of shows again, even though they were like smaller scale shows, and like with the restrictions, I still was able to perform. So like having that back in my life gave me the confidence that I'm like, oh, I can do this. Like, this is what I love. So I think that was really what pushed me. And then obviously the trip to Nashville, like solidified how I was feeling.
For sure.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like it affected so many people, even myself.
Oh,
like, I was just like, what's next? Like,
right.
Like, we don't know what the world's doing. We don't know what we can do next. Like, yeah, I get it. And you were kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you were kind of off and on social media too, right? During this time?
I definitely didn't post as much as I probably would have, because I feel like social media has been very rough on me over the last few years, just with like everything going on in the world and like people's opinions, and like, I don't know. I think it just took a toll on me mentally. So I did take breaks, like weeks at a time. I'd be like, I'm not going to go on Instagram for like a week. And then I'd go on and post a photo or something. Whereas now, like, I do take it more as like promotion and like showing people, like, even if you have, like I talk about my anxiety all the time on my social media. And like, if you have mental issues, like, this is what it looks like. Like, I still suffer from things, but like I'm working on it, and these are the things that I suffer with. And I'm trying to like relay that to people and be relatable, because I think it's important that people feel seen, even when
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I'm shocked the suicide rate hasn't gone up with COVID, to be honest.
I think it has though.
Hasn't.
I've seen stats of like suicidal rates have gone up. I don't know how much, but
Yeah. I was
yeah,
thinking like it was going to be like crazy just because of the
way worse.
mental health.
Right.
Everyone, right?
Oh, I know so many people that said they didn't have any mental problems before COVID, and now like people suffer from depression or from anxiety, and it's just crazy. Like I've had anxiety for probably 7 years, but it's never been as bad as it was in 2020. So it's crazy to me that people like have never had it, and then they got it because we're being so like isolated from each other, and we don't know how to connect. I guess through technology as much as we should, but we're learning.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. If you had to describe your sound to someone who's never heard music before,
okay.
Tell me, what would you tell them?
Okay. So I have changed my sound since my last release. I feel like I finally found what I have wanted people to hear from me. So I am more traditional country. I would say like 90s, early 2000s is my influence. People like Miranda Lambert, I always get reference to her. Cam. I love two-stepping music because I'm a huge, I love to two-step. Like I think it's so much fun. So I want to create music that people can dance to. And I also want to create music that people relate to. So like my single that's dropping on Friday is like a fun two-stepping, very country song. And then my single that I'll be releasing later this year is storytelling and kind of like represents who I am as a person, how I grew up. And like, I feel like people will be able to relate to that. So I feel like I'm elaborating too much, but it's more like traditional country. I'm very fun. So I want my music to be fun. So yeah. And also relatable. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is I feel like I know the answer, but what is the message that you're trying to send to your fans through your music?
I think it comes in both two different ways. So for me, I want people to feel like with my fun stuff, I want people to forget about what's going on in the world and like enjoy a song for 3 minutes. Like I want people to like have fun and I want people to like dance around. So I want people to get lost in it. Whereas like my more serious stuff or like my ballads, I do want people to be able to feel something that brings back a memory or like a sense of a good feeling or a sad feeling and like live in that moment and be able to be like, wow, this song actually could be my life. And so I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's talk about the new song.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Tell us about it.
So this song I wrote with my friends Ben Chase and Ella Hart, and we wrote this over Zoom, and it was kind of a fluke. Like I had, I think, a free day for writing, and so I messaged Ben the day before, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to co-write tomorrow? Because I had like a free day," and he had somebody just cancel a co-write, so he's like, "Yeah, like I can write tomorrow," and I'm like, "Cool," and I messaged him, I'm like, "Do you know Ella Hart?" And he was like, "Oh, I kind of know her. Like I don't really know her." And I'm like, "Well, do you mind if she like joins our write?" He's like, "Yeah, totally." So we did like a 3-way write over Zoom. And I don't remember the title that I had in my head. It was probably ridiculous, but I go into this write and I'm like, I really want to write like a very country song. Like I want it to be something that people think is funny, but also like very country. And so I don't remember how we came up with this title, but Ben starts playing something crazy on the guitar. And I'm like, I don't know how to play that, but I like that. And so we kind of go with it. And since I'm from a very small town, everyone I grew up with was kind of like, I wouldn't say country, but kind of like a hick. Like everybody wore camo, everybody had like their lifted trucks and would go hunting and go fishing. So I guess it is country. And that's kind of just like the lifestyle that I grew up with. And so when I moved to Kelowna, I'm like, this is kind of who I am, and I don't know how to relate to like city people. So this song, it doesn't make fun of city people, but it's pretty witty and it's a little bit tongue in cheek. And it just talks about like people that aren't country enough. So, but it's a very fun song. Like it's funny. And I hope people find it funny and not offensive.
Well, like you said, it's a dancing one. That's for sure.
It's a dancing one, yes. And that guitar lick at the beginning, like people are gonna go crazy. I go crazy, so
Go crazy. Go crazy.
Yeah.
Available. It's gonna be available on all the platforms.
Everywhere on Friday.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Do you have?
And this is something that I'm putting out today, but what this will be out for sure by then. But I'm putting out a TikTok dance to this.
Oh,
so I hope people. I literally spent hours, and I'm not kidding, hours coming up with the TikTok dance. So I hope people actually do it.
Is it hard? Because I mean,
I tried to. I tried to make it as simple as possible, but there's some like, I don't know, there's some crazy moves in there.
I might have to get on it.
I hope you will. Please do.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to be all over it.
Okay, please, and tag me. If you do this dance, yep.
I'm going to be, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be the one that blows up for me that has nothing.
Well, your last dancing one blew up.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that hump. I don't know. Maybe it was the Taylor Swift song that did it. I don't know.
I think it was your dance moves.
You think so?
Yep.
You did see.
So you're going to blow up this song for me from you dancing.
Listen, it's I can't.
I'm ready.
I like post anything else. I'm like, no, this is not getting nothing. And then that one, it's
always that one random one.
Random.
Yep.
I remember that day when I posted and like we were talking like it going viral. It was like moments later, I had the phone on the counter and I remember my phone. Bing, bing. I was like,
you're like, what is happening?
Whoever is texting me is gonna get it kind of thing.
Oh my goodness.
That's annoying. And I go over, I'm like, TikTok. And then it was like 400 or 500 like views per second almost. Like you watched it like in time. Like
that's insane.
And I'm like, oh, and then you're trying to keep up with the comments. And then it took over my life after that day.
Oh, it does. When mine went not viral, but kind of viral, I was on my phone the entire day. Entire day.
And you can't. You're in the. I saw a thing Jimmy Fallon did about. He was doing some game thing or with someone. He's like, when you go to bed at 9 p.m. like or early, right? And you're so proud of yourself, but you're in bed till 2 a.m. on TikTok. And I'm like, he is not wrong. Like that is
story of my life.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
You regret it the next day. Okay, so you talk about co-writing.
Okay.
Tell us your favorite thing about the whole process of co-writing.
So co-writing is actually somewhat new to me. When I started writing music, I would just write music by myself. And I feel like I can't remember so my very first song that I ever wrote with somebody else was with a guy named Jesse Mast. And he is an artist from the Okanagan as well. And it was so awkward. I was like, I don't know how to write with somebody. Like, I don't understand how you tell somebody how you're feeling in a song. Like, it was so awkward. And I'm pretty sure he wrote most of the song because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And so I don't even remember what year this is. This is a while ago. And then I think my first trip to Nashville, when I did do co-writes with other people, I was also very, I wouldn't say insecure, but like unsure of what I was doing because the format that I would write songs is not the way that other people write songs. And so like sometimes when I'm writing by myself, I feel what I'm writing. Like I'll just write a verse and then I'll write another verse and I'll write a chorus. Whereas when you sit down and you write a song with somebody else, there's usually a format. So you usually have like the hook and that's the title of the song. And then you kind of build the story off of that hook. And so I would say now I'm comfortable doing that. And I have like titles all on my phone. Like I have so many titles, and going into writes, like I'm confident being like, this is my idea around this hook. Whereas when I first started, I would be like, I have no idea what a hook is and I don't know how to write this. And like, I just feel it. And so I think my writing has obviously progressed and like become so much better, because when you write with other people and they give you ideas and you kind of like bounce those ideas off each other, you like grow as a songwriter and you grow honestly as a human being. Like I feel so much stronger because of writing, and I love it now. Like sometimes when you write with people you don't really know that are so much better than you, it can be a little bit intimidating and you don't always feel confident in your ideas, especially now because songwriting, you have to have like a really cool idea, or some people don't want to write it. Or sometimes like I like writing songs just to write the songs and get it off my chest. Whereas when you go into a co-write, that's not always how it works. So yeah, sometimes it's a hit and then sometimes it's not a hit. So I don't know. But the songs that I'm now writing, I feel the most confident in. Like my month that I spent in Nashville, I had so many titles, and the ones that I picked were just like so me. So I was very excited about those.
Awesome. And
yeah,
where do you find most of your inspiration when you write by yourself?
I feel like when I write by myself, they're more sad songs, which is funny because I'm like not a very sad person. But I feel like when I write by myself, it's from an experience that has hurt me or has made me sad or like a loss. And so when I'm writing, it's more as a healing process. And when I write with other people, I can do more fun songs because I feel like I portray myself in that way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It does. Okay, perfect. I'm going to ask you this question. I haven't asked this one in a while.
Okay.
I just feel like you have a story. I don't know why, but I feel like you
do.
What is the weirdest, most awkward way you've ever come up with a song? Whether it's in a co-write, by yourself, where you listening to weird conversation. I don't know. Like, do you have anything that you can think of on the top of your head?
I can't. I feel like maybe give me a second. I'm trying to think.
I was like, she's got to have some funny story. Maybe it won't come to you today. Maybe I'll have to.
I mean, I'm a very awkward person when things embarrass me, but I don't think I go into writes
No, but like
express my
I can just see like you guys in a conversation and it gets like it could be a weird, funny conversation, and then all of a sudden a song comes from it.
I may have to get back to you on that, but I don't think anything's I'm sorry.
Listen,
sorry to disappoint.
You'll have to send it to me and I'm gonna post it so everyone can see
it.
Now
on your social media.
I know there's a story. I know you have one. I have the
racking my brain right now.
I have
sorry.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Going back to your single, do you have plans for a music video for this?
So that's a great question. I'm literally releasing the song the day before I moved to Nashville. Yeah. So my life right now is not thinking about a music video, even though I should be. My life is like packing and getting everything ready to move across the continent. So once I am settled in Nashville and I'm seeing how well the song is doing, there is a big possibility there will be a music video, because I think this song kind of needs one. Like, it's hilarious and a funny music video. What I'm thinking actually is, oh my goodness, what is Maddie and Tay's first song that like blew up? A Girl in a Country Song. Is that the name of it?
Oh, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's what it's called. What is it called? Just a girl in a country song. Anyway, that music video is hilarious because it's so ridiculous. And I feel like I want to do something like that. So, yeah.
Look it up. I'm going to look.
Okay. Yeah, do it.
I'm picturing like you create some, like, you got a TikTok dance. So now you're going to do line dance like Oh, geez. Doesn't Miley Cyrus have something like that?
Oh, I'm sure. I don't
Down
know. I
Florida or
haven't seen
something?
what she's doing. Yeah. Oh, maybe from the Party in the USA. There's like a little line dance thing in
Maybe,
there.
I
I
don't
think.
know. Picturing just like a funky country bar in Nashville, and
I know. And there's so many cool ones. We could get
yeah,
some. Yeah. It'd be sick.
I see it.
Yeah.
Vision's coming. Are you planning on, doing any shows down there, or are you gonna just?
So yes. Well, that's what my visa is for performing. So I do plan. I can't really announce anything yet because nothing's quite booked until I get there. I will be doing shows like on Broadway, but like actual bigger shows that like showcase shows, I will be doing them. I don't have the dates yet, but yeah, I'm very excited because they're on my bucket list of places to play. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, with that being said, tell everyone where they can find you on social media so they can see.
Okay. So my Instagram is Melissa Livingstone Music. There is a link in my bio that goes to literally all of my other social media, but my website is melissalivingstone.com. My TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. It is Melissa Livingstone. And Facebook is Melissa Livingstone Music. I have Twitter, but I don't actually go on Twitter, so don't even bother. What else is there? YouTube. It's just Melissa Livingstone. You can find some of my older music videos on there. Yeah. I think
Which one's your favorite? Which one do you use the most?
Instagram. Yeah. I'm starting to go on TikTok more now that I'm seeing the benefits of it. But my reaction when I open my phone is always to Instagram. So yeah. That's
true. I'm the same.
The problem.
Yeah. Until, 10 o'clock at night when you're in bed.
And then you're on there till 2 a.m.
Okay. All right, guys, go grab her newest single, Country Enough. And Melissa, thank you so much for chatting today.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
It is such a blast. And have fun in Nashville. I hopefully will come visit because that is the plan.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to know so many of you down there.
There's so many Canadians. It's kind of insane. We're taking over.
Seriously, because I'm trying to think. There's been multiple like recently that have gone.
I know.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess it's settled.
The Canadian party. Come on.
Tonight, I guess.
Yeah. You'll beat me there.
All right. Melissa. Well, we'll chat soon. Take care. And yeah.
I'll see you there.
See you there.
All right. Thanks, Cody.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too.